What's going on with y'all? It's your boy Perplex84 back at it again, representing you know what? Cerebral Cortex Reviews. Listen, man, I apologize. Let's make this disclaimer right now. I apologize for taking that hiatus. Your boy was actually pondering stepping away from it. Some people were saying, man, you only got 850 subscribers. Not even that no more. And I'm like, man, what? It's not a lot to you, but it's a lot to me. And I owe it to these people, my loves, my friends, my YouTube family. I gotta keep it moving. The train never stops. With that being said, let's talk about some tech talk. With this first segment, I want to talk about some Sega action. Let's get some Sega talk going. They got a new program they're going to be releasing called the Sonic Station. And it's going to be like a Nintendo Direct where they're going to be discussing everything from games to where they're going to be moving forward. On that note, man, Sega been doing well. They haven't? What? Man, listen. Sonic Mania. 9s out of 10s. 10s out of 10s. Persona 5. Not only one of the greatest RPGs of all time, but one of the greatest games ever created. So they struck gold with that, acquiring Atlas and everything. Also, they got Persona 5 Royal coming out. You know that's going to be a 9.5. And you got Persona 5 Scramble coming out right behind that. Actually, a little bit before that. That's going to be probably an 8.5 out of 10. I'm calling it. Sega's doing well, man. They got lightning in the bottle right now. So what I think they're going to announce in their first episode, or within their first period of releasing those Sega Sonic Station Direct, whatever you want to call them, they're gonna hit us with a bombshell. I'm not saying they're gonna come out with a new console or announce something like that in that regards. I think they're gonna announce some new software, some new hardware and software. Hardware going to be in the way of like maybe some Sega controllers, to go along with the Sega Classic Mini, which was also a big hit. Some Sega doing well. And they may even hit us with Sonic Mania 2. We've been waiting. I mean, they made a lot of money off that software. They made a lot of money off that game. So why stop it now? You can't stop it now. You know what I mean? So you got to keep the train moving. Next segment. I'm a Sega head, but hey, there's nothing more to be said about that. I think Sega's going to be moving. They're moving in the right direction. Speaking the right direction, that boy Reggie from Nintendo. He stepped away from Nintendo a few months ago. Now he's stepping into GameStop. Let's talk about GameStop. A lot of people are so pessimistic about GameStop. Listen, GameStop is the number one game distribution company in the world. I mean, probably next to Amazon now, because you can get some good deals and a lot of variety on Amazon. So I got to pull my sources up, but GameStop is definitely up there in the top 2 or 3. And if they vanish and stop being around, that leaves us with Best Buy and Walmart being the only brick and mortar store where we can buy brand new gaming, retail, and hardware. I'm not comfortable with that. A lot of people seem like they get an erection off of seeing that GameStop is struggling. Walmart, you walk into a Walmart, their gaming selection is mediocre at best. Yeah, they're going to have the latest consoles, but as far as the software, it's not there again. It's not there with Walmart. It's just not there. Best Buy, same category. Now, Best Buy, you can go and buy all kind of stuff, laptops, desktops, printers, whatever. You can also buy a ton. They have a nice game selection, but it ain't GameStop. And then on top of that, if you don't like a game at GameStop, you could trade it in, get you some store credit, and get store credit sometimes don't be well. They're known for that. That's probably what's killing them right now. People are tired of paying $50, $60 for a game and turning around. GameStop give you $10 for. You know what I mean? People are tired of that. Me too. However, you know what I mean? You don't have to trade in the game, and we always have the option. You keep. I know, and then they give you promotions as well. Where they give you more store credit for a game and stuff like that. So Everybody shopped at GameStop knows how the different programs work and everything. However, if they disappear, we're going to be left with, as far as brick and mortar, Walmart and Best Buy. And you can't look into your heart, the deepest depths of your heart, and say, look, I'm okay with that. And people saying, well, perplexed. Dude, you need to cut it out, man. Everything is going digital. In the next 3 years, man, everything's going to be solely digital. I pray it don't. Hear me out, man. And you probably heard it before, but hear me out. If everything goes digital, that's not going to help us. Because first of all, the return policies with a lot of these big companies, they suck. Except for Steam and maybe Microsoft. For example, you buy a game digitally on a Nintendo eShop or the PlayStation, network, or the PSN store. You buy a game and you ain't feeling that game, you hit. And you just dropped $62 with tax. You hit. You stuck with it. I've been down that road. I tried already. Steam, you buy a game, you know what I mean? You ain't feeling it for whatever reason. You can return that bad boy. They give you your money back, have it back in a couple days, and you can go buy something else with the money you just spent. But everybody ain't doing what Steam is doing. So say that's number one. That's the number one problem right there. At least with GameStop, you can bring your game back if it's used within 7 days. And sometimes they'll even let you go over, man. If it's only 9 days or 10 days, they'll still grant you, the return. Also, say if, Lord forbid this happens, but say if PlayStation, Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo go out of business or start liquidating, what's going to happen with all your digital content? Think about that. The company has to stay active for the digital content to run. Or what if they want to stop supporting updates for that console you bought the game for? Y'all following me? Think about it. You just bought 70 games on the digital library of the PlayStation, the PlayStation Store. 70 games, right? Sony started running in the hard times. Any company can go in the hard times, man. No company is invincible. Y'all listen. No company is invincible. So say if they go out of business or stop wanting to support updates. So now you want to play that game you bought 2 years ago, you can't play it. Or any of those games in your 70 game lineup, you can't play it. So what are you doing? You just say if you pay $60 for all those 70 games, you do the math. I'm not a mathematician, but you do the math. You just wasted thousands of dollars on some stuff you can't even use. With hard copies of games, your game is still right there in your library, in your hands. That'll never go away. I love digital content as well. I love it because it's easy access. You ain't got to worry about putting stuff into the system and, everything. It makes everything easier. However, there's some downsides to that. Now let's go over to the next part of this same segment is Reggie from Nintendo. He joined GameStop. He's on the board of governors. In fact, it's not going to take place until April 20th. He also is bringing a Walmart CEO with him. Walmart is the number one company in the world right now. And Reggie helped catapult Nintendo, and this is going to be crazy, from a $35 billion company to an almost, not there yet, but almost $100 billion company with the success of the Switch lineup, peripherals, everything, toys, merchandise, whatever. I know this is the same thing, but you guys follow me, feel me. So Reggie know how to run a business. And the CEO of Walmart, one of those, listen, this is crazy. They're going to turn GameStop around. I got a prediction, y'all. Y'all going to be like, man, I'm finna get off this site, man. This dude is clowning. I got a prediction. GameStop is either going to acquire GameFly merge with GameFly or take their approach to game distribution. Because right now we're in the era where services are making way more money than you just walking into a store and just buying things straight up, as it always been. We in a service-based industry now via like Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Now, where you pay a service fee every month and you get unlimited access to all the products that that company has to offer. So that's what I think GameStop is going to do. And they played around with it a couple years ago when they talked about the service-based program they were going to release, where it was going to be similar to GameFly. You pay per month. It was a 6-month trial. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me take it back. It's a 6-month trial they were going to do, where you were going to pay $60 for the 6 months. So that's roughly $10 a month. And you can come out, you can come to the GameStop, any GameStop you want, rent out a game, bring it back when you're done with it, rent it out, bring it back. Don't that sound like GameFly? And then they were going to have another tier of that program where you can get out 2 games. You would pay, I think they said $70. You would 2 games out at a time. Bring them back, whatever reason, And they said after the program is over, after the trial is over, after the 6 months, you can keep the last game that you have. That would have been nice, man. So they need to revisit that because that's something that can keep them afloat. Because the days of people just walking into a game store and buying the game and that's it, that's the only way a person can buy a game, that's failing right now. That's failing their system right now. They need a new system. And merging with GameFly or buying GameFly, because GameFly is doing well. They don't have a brick and mortar store. They just bare bones. You want a game, you just press A. You go to one of their tiers, you want 1 game out, 2 game out. A GameFly, if you have a good payment history with them, they'll even allow you to rent out freaking 4 games at a time. I think they even got 5 now. So you guys hit me up in the comment section and let me know if I'm wrong or whatever. But yeah, man. So say if it's brick and mortar, it's going to generate new jobs for people because they got to open up new GameStops. They're going to have to get new games shipped in because you're going to have people renting out the butt, renting like crazy. You're going to have more traffic in the stores. People are going to be buying more games and stuff straight up. That's going to generate a lot of money for, GameStop. So that's something to be said. I'm not saying Reggie or the CEO of Walmart is going to be doing that, but that's something they should probably look at. Also, another prediction I have, I think, because initially it was only Reggie that's going to be on the board of governors for GameStop. He brought the guy from PetSmart with him, and he brought, I don't know how that's going to, I'm not going to even talk about that, but then he brought the CEO from Walmart with him. Now, who else is going to follow? Who else is going to step in and try to save this company? Is possibly Microsoft and Sony going to step in? Maybe with financial help? Why not? People are going to be like, why would Microsoft and Sony? Why not? Because they're in the business of selling consoles, selling machines, and selling software. So if GameStop is gone, now you lose a market or you lose a facility that can sell your product. Look, if my bad about the notifications, by the way. But anyway, I was going to make an example. If I had 5 people that were selling a product of mine and they're all selling quite well, or they all selling okay, and one of the people, got hurt and couldn't sell no more, I'm going to do whatever I can to help that person get back on his feet and get together, because if I got one less person selling my product, I'm not going to make as much money. You feel me? Man, listen, man. So I can see in the future, and Reggie has a lot of support. He has a lot of uh, good people backing him. He has a great reputation, and that speaks for everything in the gaming industry. That speaks a lot. So I can see him grabbing, some people from the representative from the Microsoft company or the whole company, or having Sony and them back him because it's all a business at the end of the day. He have no obligations to Nintendo anymore, so they don't look at him as probably competition anymore. I'm quite sure they don't. So yeah, that's my talk. Tell me what you guys think. I've been talking for 15 minutes. I was gonna only talk to y'all for 5 minutes. Talk to y'all for 15. Oh, man, I'm gonna get up off this man real quick, but I just wanted to talk to y'all. I'm gonna also be doing some sports talk as well, man, because I love sports. Living in Michigan, in the greater Flint area, I love my Pistons. I love a lot of NBA teams. I love the Knicks. I mean, the Pistons is my number one, obviously, and they not winning. I know. I used to live in Chicago as a child, man. So I love the Bulls. I love the Bulls. I love the Knicks. I like what the San Antonio Spurs are doing. The Lakers are okay, man. They quite well. I'm a big LeBron James fan. He also lives in the Midwest or from the Midwest. I'm pretty sure he got a house still in Cleveland, man. Come on, I don't get it twisted. But I'm gonna do some sports talk as well. Go ahead and support that segment as well. It's still gonna be in the same channel, Reaper Cortex Reviews. So look, I miss y'all. I ain't going nowhere. Sorry you can't see my face today, but your boy perplexed is butt naked right now, man. I don't need y'all to be looking at me, man. I'm looking like a chewed up Kit Kat bar right now, man. Can't have y'all looking at me, man. Anyway, I got love for y'all. Check out some more other stuff as well. Catch me on YouTube. Catch me on Twitter. That's it, man. For now, at least. Peace.